Hello. This reading that I'm doing here is for Miss Desiree. She is a Gemini sun. And I believe Virgo moon. And Cancer rising. So if a Gemini sun is what you are, perhaps parts of this reading may resonate with you, since collectively we're all kind of going through the same crap. Wow, Miss Desiree. I'm going to pull some cards first, and then we'll get to it. I know I don't have a poker face at all. I'm very bad at that. Miss Desiree, Gemini moon, or Gemini sun. One more, two more. Desiree, Gemini sun. Okay. So I have my traditional Rider-Waite deck on the left side, and my Myth and Legends tarot deck on the right side. Of course, I read them all together, but I know it was weird. That's the way they wanted to come. That's the way I did it. I guess that's what the universe told me to. Okay. So first off, right away, you have the Five of Wands, which is conflict, competition, egos clashing, bickering, fighting. Don't turn a molehill into a mountain. Accompanying it, you have the Five of Swords. This is defeat. Fives represent change. You had two come right out. There are parts of you that are resisting this change. Big time. You're a Gemini. You kind of have the dualistic thing going on anyway. But if you let this molehill turn into a mountain, you are going to be defeated. It will feel very, yes, yucky. Betrayed. This is the story of Isis, Osiris, and not Set. Yeah, Set. Osiris and his brother Set and Isis. Horus is the sun. Anyways, yeah, it's betrayal. Now, Isis does come back in the end. Set cuts up Osiris and scatters the pieces, and she finds them all and puts them back together and defeats Set. But time goes by, some time goes by before she's able to do this again. If this turns into a mountain, it's going to be some time before you're going to be able to pick yourself up again. Do not fight the change that is coming towards you, that is already here. When we resist, it persists. There's one thing that's guaranteed, and that's everything is cyclical, and this too shall pass, and everything changes. Why we fight it I have no idea. I really don't. I fight it just as bad as everybody else. But recognizing the change that you're fighting, there's the secret. A way that we can do that is when we start bickering and fighting and arguing. The things we say to other people are more than likely a reflection or a projection of our inner shadow coming forward. So the things that we're arguing about or we're fighting with others about and clashing egos, it's really our shadows coming out. And it's what we inside need to fix. It's what we're telling them they need to fix. 9 times out of 10, it's what we need to fix within us. And when we cast judgment outside of ourselves, it is a projection of our shadow side. Because our outer world is a mere reflection of our inner world. Don't fight this change that's coming. Don't fight it. I mean, you can fight it. Fight it. Let's stick it to the table. Damn. Sorry. You can fight it all you want, I mean. But if you do, as the energies flow, defeat. Miss Desiree. Next, we pulled the 7 of Swords. This is the theft card. Are there those around you stealing from you? Are you stealing from others? What are you stealing from yourself? Because this is all about self, this reading so far. Maybe a little outside influence, but not yet. This is about self. This is shock and awe. The 7 sits under the 5, where the egos clash. Know this, whoever's stealing, they always get caught in the end. They really do. Whether it be you stealing time for yourself or whatever it may be, the truth will come out. It always does. Always. And then, because we read horizontally and diagonally and vertically, the Tower is under this defeat, this betrayal. It's shock and awe. This is sudden. This is sudden to you. It's almost as if you don't see it coming, even though you do. You do. You can deny it all you want, but you know it's coming if you keep on your current course. Perhaps a course correction might be in order. Accepting the change that comes in. The path that you're taking and the way these energies are flowing, you can change that with one choice. One decision, that's all it takes, and the energy shift. And new opportunities are there for you. They open up. It's a perception shift. 45 degrees to the next dimension. The next 2 cards is, let's see, wow. The 3 of Swords. This is heartache. This is heartache. And it comes under the Tower, the shock and awe, and the betrayal and destruction, devastation, defeat. This is the way this line is running. And that comes with the King of Swords. The King of Swords is an air sign. He's a thinker. Usually an Aquarius, Gemini, air, Libra. So, he can be really scattered sometimes, but he's a very kind person initially. Now, if he's like this, he's not. But if he's like this, he is. He's a hard worker. He's fair. kind of cute. That's the heartache. You and this person. That's this line. Don't turn the molehill into a mountain. You will be devastated if you do, or if you let it get that far. What's being stolen that leads to heartache with this one? Keep going. I'm intrigued. Okay. The Hierophant. This is like the Pope, the High Priest. Number 5, again, the Major Arcana. This is a major life lesson for you coming in here right now. You need to ask yourself, are you repeating a lesson of the past? Are you relearning something that you don't need to relearn, that you don't have to learn again? Because you're not making your choices differently. Your perspective hasn't changed from the last time, where the players changed and the situation might be slightly different. But is it? Is it really? Or do you find yourself repeating? He speaks of tradition. Are you too rigid in your ways? Is the one you're with too rigid in their ways, that they're refusing to change? Either way, change is going to happen. You need to not hold on to it. You have to try to find a way to accept and let go. This isn't life-ending, life-altering heartache. It's gonna suck, no doubt. But you can heal from this. No problem. No problem. The Hierophant speaks of doing things traditionally. Like I said, are you stuck in a rut? Are you repeating lessons that you've already learned along the way? You've got this change coming in and you're fighting it tooth and nail. You're fighting it. You're robbing yourself by being narrow-minded, having tunnel vision, by being too rigid in your ways, perhaps. Perhaps the king is doing the same thing. He's usually easygoing. He does have a tendency to get stuck in his head. He's an air sign. They're thinkers. Their mindfulness isn't the same as, say, a water sign. And it's okay, because that's how they are. Self-acceptance is a huge thing right here. Wow. Huge. Don't hold on. If this leaves, let it go. It takes two. Self-acceptance is not easy for anybody. That's what our shadow is the part of us that we're not accepting. Don't hold on to something that brings you heartache. Don't hold on to something that you've outgrown. It's outdated. It's stagnant within you. Why hold on to it? Because it's familiar? Nah. Take the unknown in the adventure. I'm going to match these cards with some Buddha Zen, Osho Zen, sorry. These are my inner cards. These give me a little more insight on the inner workings of the situation or the person I'm reading for. Okay? So, Desiree. As I said, this may resonate with many other Geminis at this time. It may not. It may also resonate with wherever Gemini is in your chart. Sun, moon, rising, midheaven, whatnot. Take what does and leave what doesn't. Inside that she cannot see right now. No, those weren't for you. For the fives, 5 of Wands and 5 of Swords, you pulled number 6, the dream. The dream. The dream. Taking action towards our dream is part of making the dream come true. Not just sitting around and dreaming about it. You have to move towards it in a positive way. Not in a negative way with egos clashing and by resisting the change. If you resist the change that comes in and don't let it go, you don't make room for the new better that is awaiting us. And then you'll be watching somebody else's dreams come true. Don't be on the outside, stuck in the patterns, repeating, because you're not taking action towards self-acceptance and what the soul wants and what your heart wants. You're fighting it, ending up with devastation, destruction, and betrayal. Who wants that? I'd rather have the dream. Let's see what else. Let's see what we have for the Tower and the 7 of Swords next on the inner for Desiree. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, so here you have shock and awe from the devastation and the betrayal, from the fighting and the bickering and the egos clashing. And then you have theft. And what is it that is being stolen? From whom? By whom? You have isolation. You're stealing healing from yourself. He's stuck in a block of ice. Isolation. You are isolating yourself. You are alienating yourself from yourself and then from others. You're not listening to your heart. You're moving around in ego. You're ego-based. Ego-based is fear. Why are you afraid? Don't be afraid. If you're living in your truth, there's no reason to be afraid of anything. Your heart will never steer you wrong. It loves you. The only way to break the ice of this isolation you have stuck yourself in, my dear, is to cry. See those rainbow tears? Those are the only way to break through and melt the ice of this isolation you have dug yourself and frozen yourself into. You need to cleanse. You don't need to. You should cleanse. You should have a really good fucking cry. A good cleanse. Whether you do it in the shower or using the water to wash away the ickies, the ice, everything you've held on to for so long. Why? Let it go. Do yourself a favor. You won't regret it, I promise. And it is easier to let go than one thinks. You just have to make the conscious choice to do so every day, so that your subconscious gets programmed that way, and then it programs your reality through your consciousness, and you let go. And then new can come in, better can come in, brighter, happier. You're not happy. You're miserable. Please find a way to cleanse from the inside. Cleanse your heart. Cleanse your soul. Keep your mind out of it for a while. It keeps muddling things up. The only way to break this isolation, this ice, is through tears. Cleansing tears at a soul level. Then you have the heartache, the broken heart, under the tower, under the betrayal. With the king, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Underneath the bickering and the fighting and the stealing from yourself. That trapped in the past and trapped in looking at the dream from the outside, looking in and not going to obtain it. You may have stolen yourself away from the king. Heartache. Let's see what's going on this one, in the inner. The desert. The heartache with the king. Three of Swords and the King of Swords. That's what I said. So you have this heartache, this broken heart. The King of Swords here. And this is occurring suddenly, shock and awe. And you're stealing opportunities from yourself is what's happening. Because you're refusing to change. You need to ask yourself, why, Desiree, why? Why are you so afraid to change? You're not happy. You should be ecstatic. Welcoming it with open fucking arms. So the thing about change, okay? When it comes, it catches us off guard big time. Especially when we finally goes bing and we're like, oh my fucking God, I'm stupid. It's going with the flow of things. It's saying yes to life. When change comes, and this wheel is spinning, and it's spinning fast, don't cling to the outside. You'll get really dizzy, and you won't see where you're headed. Move toward the middle, where it's calmer. Still flowing, but a little bit calmer. Same scenario. Flow, a river. Don't hold on to the side. Kick out in the middle and flow with the water. Flow with the change. Say yes to life. You'll be amazed at the opportunities and the perception shifts you have when you do. You need a good cry. And last but not least, we've got the Hierophant and the Four of Pentacles, which is clinging way too tightly to the way things were. Doing things one way and being extremely rigid and set in your ways. If your method isn't working, change your method. You too should punch Ram Dass into YouTube along with Terrence McKenna. Chill step if you like, and fucking kick back and listen. Those guys, my heroes. Straight up. Like the Alan Watts and the Cryon too, though. And Leonardo da Vinci. Let's get the last dinner on what's going on with this Hierophant and this Four of Coins here for Desiree. Whoa, that was quick. So this one comes out. Another 5. Comparison. That makes more sense now. You're comparing your life with others' lives. You're comparing your dreams with others' dreams. You're comparing your path with other paths. You're comparing everything about you and your relationships with anybody, with other people. That's your first mistake. There is absolutely no comparison between you and anyone else. And it goes to say for everybody. Nobody can compare themselves to anybody because there's only one you. There's nothing to compare to other than source. And we're a fractal that contains a picture of the whole. There is no comparison. Apples and oranges, sweetheart. You need to stop looking at it all like a competition. Big time. It's a camaraderie, not a competition. We're all here for the same goals, whether we know it or not. Peace, love, compassion, joy, the dream. And we can make it happen. We have to get out of this ego fear-based mindset that we've been programmed, and it's nobody's fault. Nobody's. We have been programmed this way for thousands and thousands of years. They've even fucked with our DNA to make sure that we came here, ended up here, like this. If you think you're free, then you can't escape. They've been very thorough. But they didn't plan on one thing. We're quantum. This awakening, remembering, evolution is inevitable. All the way around. How we get there is a whole nother ball. The destiny may be set in stone, but we have free will and choice. Therefore, the path that we take to get there might be long, might be short, might be hard, might be easy. Those are our choices and decisions. It isn't necessarily the destination that's important. It's the journey along the way. Stop holding on to the past, Desiree. Stop comparing yourself and your dreams and your everything to everybody else. There is absolutely no comparison. You are as unique as I am, as Anne-Marie is, as anyone else you know. Trouble, you know, you name it. You're confusing yourself and you're making your life hard for no reason. Stop it. Life is fun. It's full of joy and happiness. Start to see that Stop seeing just the negative. Stop feeding just your ego. The ego is masculine. It's your mind. It's your mind. It's fed by ego. Ego is backed by fear. We only have 2 emotions, not 28. So sorry. Everything's dual. Why would we have 28? That makes no sense. We have limitless feelings that are either backed by love or fear, the heart or the mind. Backed by love or fear, compassion, ego. Make the journey from the head to the heart. It's the longest journey and hardest thing you'll ever fucking do. You start by doing your shadow work and working with the part of you, your denied shadow, the part of you that you don't accept. And you start by telling yourself the truth about yourself, to yourself, 100% of the time. No easy feat. Nuh-uh. We're going through something really huge right now as a collective. The truth is at the utmost important right now for everybody. That I cannot stress how much the universe has pounded this in my head for the last week to tell everybody, walk in truth. Walk in truth. Your truth is your truth. Nobody can tell you it's wrong as long as you walk in it and own it. Steadfast. And the other thing the universe has been very adamant about is self. Like Ram Dass, I am love and compassion. You can't take care of anything if you can't take care of self. Take care of yourself first. It is not selfish to put self first. Everybody needs to stop worrying about everybody else and take care of their own shit. That will help everybody else. Us taking care of self helps everybody around us start to take care of self. And then we emanate, and our inner world becomes our outer world because we're caring for self, so then we care for others. We love self, so then we love others. We have self-acceptance, therefore we self-accept everybody else. All right, hope you enjoyed. Later, Gator.